Forestry changed the way we train woodcutting, from a skill that forces you to find an empty world into a thriving social activity. All you need is your axe and a forestry kit. You can obtain your kit by speaking with the freaky forester in Drainer Village. Items that you obtain during forestry are automatically stored inside this kit. Forestry made some core changes to woodcutting. For starters, trees now deplete on a set timer, allowing multiple players to chop the same tree. To encourage players to train in forestry worlds, you get a +1 level boost for each player on the same tree, capped at +10. But the most notable change made with the Forestry update is events. There are 9 total events that can spawn at random. These events reward the player with Adam-infused bark, a currency used in the reward shop, as well as woodcutting experience. Some notable rewards are the felling axe and log basket, but more on that later. To be eligible for event rewards, you need to remain in one woodcutting location for the duration of at least 2 chopped trees. This prevents players from hopping forestry events to accumulate more bark and XP per hour. Before we go over the events, I urge you to enable the Woodcutting plugin for Runelight and make sure all forestry settings are toggled on. This will make it easier to learn the events. First, we have the Struggling Sapling. During this event, you have to find a combination of 3 resources to feed the sapling. You can work together with other players to speed up this process. Next is the Pheasant event. Bring eggs from the nest that doesn't have a pheasant sitting on it to the freaky forester. When roots spawn, chop them for experience. Switch to the anima-infused ones for bark and XP. The Flowers event requires you to find a combination of 2 bushes to run in between. Runelight will highlight the correct ones for you. The Ritual event forces you to play odd one out. When the leprechaun spawns, he can bank your logs for you. They'll also spawn rainbows, which give you more XP if you stand on the tile. If you see entlings spawn, give them a haircut according to their instructions. During the Fox event, you have to dismantle traps by clicking on them. And finally, when you see a beehive, you can deposit your logs for bark and construction experience. The events can be divided into 2 categories: events that reward bark and experience, and events that offer uniques. Participating in the Pheasant event gives you a chance of obtaining the golden egg, which can transmog your beaver into a pheasant. Similarly, the Fox event has the Fox Whistle, which can turn your beaver into a fox. The Entling event rewards you with egg nests, which can be used to obtain pieces of the evil chicken outfit. Let's talk rewards. The main reward is the Felling Axe handle, which turns your axe into a 2-handed version, granting 10% more experience. As a balance, you have a 20% chance of not obtaining a log but still getting the experience. The Felling Axe needs to be fueled with Forester's rations. These can be made using leaves and cooked fish, but you can also buy the rations from the Grand Exchange. And while we're on the topic, you can even buy the Dragon Felling Axe from the Grand Exchange, meaning you can skip out on grinding 10,000 bark to obtain it. Another important reward is the Log Basket, available for 5,000 bark. This thing sits in your inventory and it can hold up to 28 extra logs. It can also be worn on your back by combining it with a forestry kit and sturdy harness, creating the Forestry Basket. I recommend you get the Felling Axe first and then save up for the Log Basket. After that, you can look into getting the Forestry Basket, maybe the Lumberjack outfit, though keep in mind that it's much faster to get that at temple trekking. And this version is just a recolor, no extra benefits. And that's it for this guide. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Cheers.